Well, today on Broadsword Ballistics, we're going to actually test two items, and we're going to go on a roe stalk and see how both of these perform out in the field, because it's the start of the roebuck season here in England. The first is this really lightweight, compact and incredibly well priced Monocular thermal imaging device from Guide. It's their TE211M, and you'll see just how well this performs out in the field after roe for its size. Really, really good. The second item we'll be testing is Weatherby's Live Wild. This is in 280 Ackley, really good caliber. And again, stay tuned because we're taking this out roe stalking first, and you'll see how good it performs out in the field. And then afterwards, we'll do a run through of how all the features of the Guide and all the features of the Weatherby. So stay tuned. Right, we're just going to come to the edge of this field now. I'm just going to get the old Guide up. Oh yeah, look, I've got on black hot, and instantly I can see there's a fox in the field in front of me at 150 yards. And that's really good clarity. It's only on 1 pound, it's incredible. And then right at the back, the bottom of the field, in front of the big wood we're going to go to, there's two dots. That's definitely deer, and they're heading towards the wood. So they're heading to the woods, yeah, just in front of us. I'm going to let that fox go. The wind's doing well, isn't it? So take this guy, that's fantastic. I mean, first blood to the guy, that's picked up those instantly. Yeah, really, very good. I'm going to head down here, pick up the rifle, and we're going to go and head in the wood down the bottom and see if we can pick up on those two deer. Yeah, we've just come to the edge of this wood, and there was a buck and a doe out in the field, and they've come in here to this woodland. I'm just looking through on this Guide. That's a fox. Yes, there's a bit of, I can see two black, it's on black hot, I can see a bit of heat over there. I'm just going to try over there. A bit crunchy going through here, but we're going to get to a little clearing in a moment. Hopefully we'll have spot that buck and a doe which came in off the field. But say it's a little bit noisy. So butchers. Yeah, I have to have it at arm's length. After I've got my reading glasses, I'll have it right out here to see the clear image. But it's very clear. It's on 1 pound. It really picks. There, look. It's a bit of black hot down there, so I think, yeah, let's go through there. Let's go around this way. Well, there you go, the sun's just coming up and just filtering through the trees now, which is nice. I'm just going to set up here. We've got a bit of cover with some of the trees. Get these sticks set up. There's a lot of bramble here, so we've got a lot of cover. Yeah, I'm getting 2 heat seats. Yeah, heat sources just in there. I think the doe's bedded down, the buck's just feeding by the looks of it. It's oh God, it's really good. I'm going to put it away now though. I want to just get set up and just check. It's very, very crunchy underfoot. Oh, here we go, okay. I'll take the safety off. Nice quiet safety on this Weatherby. Yeah, the buck's facing away from me at the moment, so I'm going to just watch him for a while. There's no hurry. His doe's bedded down. It's about 40 yards away, so here we are. He's kind of slightly turning. Here we go. Let's go for a heart shot. she's down. The doe's still there. No, she's gone off. Oh, right. Well, that's, yeah, doe's just bounded off. I never like to sort of move when there's another deer there and you just shot something. Gives the sort of game away, as it were. Anyway, that's good. He's gone down, hopefully, straight there. Well, that's fantastic. I mean, that was great with the 280 Ackley there and that little guide. I mean, how useful is that to pick him up in this woodland? Yeah, really good. Let's go and have a quick look, and then I'll go and grab him, take him back to the farmer. Whew. Okay, there he is. Great, fantastic. Well, that's the that's a nice morning. That was yeah. Look, it's the sort of youngish buck. It's the first day of the season here in England. Young buck, he's fraying off his velvet, so he's in tatters. Ideal to take out early in the season, part of the roe buck cull. And yeah, fantastic. I mean, the live wild Weatherby performed really nicely. That's 280 Ackley. Incredible. We came through here. Hopefully it's on the trigger cam. 40 yards. It was very crunchy underfoot. It's a little bit damp. Oh my goodness, trying to get through this wood. It's fantastic. But the deer are usually in this wood. But we spotted them early on, didn't we? With this new guide. Thermal imaging, and I tell you what, for the money and the size, it is fantastic. There's a few little issues about it which I'll go through. You'll see in the full length of the video how we describe bits and pieces. But for the money and the clarity, we picked up on those. Well, this roe buck and a roe doe across the field, and a fox in front, and they were about 350 yards away. So no, I'm impressed with that. I'm impressed with the Weatherby as well, and a great conclusion to the first day of the season. So I'm going to grab him now and then take him back to the farm, and I'm sure he'll be very happy. Okay, well, after that fantastic roe stalk, we're going to go through some of the features that make this little guide Sensmart such a fantastic little compact and economical little thermal imager, and we'll go through the main features and show them next. Okay, so let's delve a little deeper onto this TE211M guide thermal monocular. It's, first of all, it's a great price point here in the UK. It's £360-ish, and it's distributed by Highland Outdoors here in the UK. It's part of their mini series, and it's a handheld thermal imaging monocular, and it's super compact. I mean, just look at it. It's only 1.93 wide by 4.37 inches, and weighs only 205 grams. It's such a lightweight little thing. It's incredible. I mean, sensor wise, if you actually take off here, well, actually you've got a nice sort of rubbered aluminium shell, a flip down protector for the germanium lens here, very nice too. And inside, as you said, the sensor wise, you have a 256 by 192 pixel infrared detector. That's at 12 nanometer resolution, so that gives you nice, smooth, fine images, which is, you know, what you want out in the field for actually not only detecting but actually distinguishing between species when you're out in the fields or in the woodland. You have at the front here, it's small, but it's a 10mm f1 focal length lens, and of course you have a 50 hertz frame refresh rate. So the images aren't blurred when you move it, which is very, very nice. And that results in a 30 MK net D rating, which gives clear and really defined images. I mean, for the price point, I'm actually really quite surprised. You know, I don't see why I should be surprised, but it's just, you know, great value for money. And all those features together means you can actually detect out to 500 meters. Which is pretty impressive. And we saw those roe 380 yards away across that field, and that's total darkness. Fantastic. One of the reasons why it is really good as well is at the end here. That is the 1.43 inch AMOLED, and this allows you to view infrared images clearly without pressing your eye against the eyepiece, and you saw that out in the field. You actually look from a distance, which is great. Only one thing I'll say is, because it's away from your eye, you will get glare or shine back on your face from the actual TV screen in your face. But you can actually, there is a feature there, you can actually dim the brightness. So I would definitely do that when you're out and about, which is very, very good. The battery life on this model is 6 hours. which is more than enough. That's a whole evening's near enough. For me it is these days. And if you want a quick extra hour, it only takes 10 minutes to charge up. You get a 3-year full warranty, new for old replacement, and it's IP67 encapsulated rating, so waterproof, which is fantastic. One feature I also like is the fact that when you actually look on the screen, it's actually no focus. There's no focus ring to focus. This is completely focus free, which is great, because a lot of thermal images you'll be changing the focal length and changing it to get the images in focus. This is a fixed focus, so it's very, very fast and easy to operate. It also therefore gives you a field of view of 23 meters by 23 meters at 100 meters, and you've got a zoom here, which is 1.2 power. That's your standard zoom, or 1 power. That's why you get a wide field of view and really crisp, clear images. But that'll go up to digital 4.8 times, which will show you how that works in a moment. Because one of the best features of this is really, if you turn it over here, it's a one button operation. So basically you have one button, and here, where you'd think it's a focus ring, this ring here, I'm going to tip it up so you can see it, you switch it around, and then that operates all your different functions within the menu, which is great. And then you just click here to click what you want, and actually your off and on button as well. So really, really easy system to use. Now we'll just go run through now and show you the different functions. Rightio, well let's go and look through some of the features you're actually going to use. I mean, obviously you get the usual Wi-Fi, and you've got the USB-C charging port, microphone, Bluetooth, and there's picture and video recording, which is very nice to have. But what the features you really use is the colour palette, and that's accessed, as we said, by the pressing down here and rotating here to access the different menus on the screen, which will scroll across the top of the screen very easily. So the colour palettes you can use are white hot. I use this a lot for the initial detection of an animal out, because it just gives a light ping, and if you think, right, there's something warm there in the wood or on the field, let's go and investigate. Then I will change to black hot, because I find that black hot definitely gives a greater definition to the image, and you can identify an animal, maybe between a muntjac and a fox at 150 yards, which may look similar. You'll maybe, oh yeah, that's definitely a fox, that's not a muntjac. Very nice. Also on this model you have red hot, which brings up all the little red hot features on the animal. You can see that on the deer very clearly. You also have iron red, which is new to me. There's also blue hot, and there's also sepia. But one of the better ones I found on this little Sensmart was the green hot. And if you look on that, it actually gives a good clarity between white hot for detection and black hot for definition. And I was very impressed with that. I thought it was very good, that green hot. I would use that more often on this model, definitely. The other features you have is the zoom, which is very handy. This starts off with a 1 power zoom, and it will go up to 4 power, and that is accessed by using the button on top. So press it, well, you can turn it on, it's on 1 power. You press it once, then it'll go to 2 power. Obviously it will pixelate, and you'll see a pixelation depending on the size of the object or animal you're actually looking at. Press it again and you'll get a 4 power. As you can see, it does pixelate, but it's giving you a good detection, and something that looks sort of suspicious, or you're not sure what it is at range. If you get to 4 power, oh yeah, there's definitely a light source, or a heat source there. There's something worth investigating. Also, if you hold the button down, it will smoothly progress from 1 to 4 power in a series of increments, which is nice. And so the other feature that I've used as well, which is quite interesting, is the rangefinder stadia lines. Again, you access it, turn here, access it in the top menu, and that gives us a series of bars across the screen, and you can just give a rough range estimation, because it's got the size of the animal next to the stadia line. So that's basically it. But it's, for the price, I think it is really good value for money. It's so handy, battery life is good, and as you saw, it just got the job done when we were out road stalking. So no, a great little addition to the guide range. This Sensmart, I think, is going to do very well in this country. Well, there you go. You can see how well that Weatherby performed out in the field after that roebuck. Fantastic. It was designed originally, I'd say, a lightweight stalking rifle at a good price point. It's about £1,600, £1,700 here in Great Britain. Overall length is 45 inches, and that's because you've got a 24-inch barrel here because it's in 280 Ackley. That's what we had on test. But the weight is only 5.8 pounds, which makes it very nimble out in the field. Even when we had that really good, efficient, and I think you'll agree in those testings there, the Wildcat Evolution sound moderator. Very, very nice indeed. So let's have a little bit more look in depth. This is built on Weatherby's legendary Mark V action, which is dubbed the strongest action in the world, and I'm not going to dispute that. I've got a few Weatherbys like this myself. I had one in 458 lot, and that never let go. It's super slick, and one of the reasons why that is because it's got one of the lowest bolt lifts in the industry. It's only 54 degrees. Really, really nice. Very positive lock up and smooth operation. And that is really why this Weatherby shoots so nicely out in the field, because you can depend on it to actually cycle, feed and then eject cartridges really well. If you take a closer look at the bolt, what is different on this live wild version is that bolt has spiral fluting, which is absolutely fantastic. It not only lightens the weight, but looks very nice too. And one of the reasons why Weatherby's Mark V action has a low bolt lift, as you said, is because you have a radiating series of 6 lugs here around the circumference, and it's below the actual body of the bolt there, so it transcends very, very smoothly. You've got a side extractor and a plunger type ejector systems there as well. Really good system, and this is finished in a black Cerakote, whereas the rest of the finish is a carbon grey Cerakote, I believe. Also on this model, the bolt knob is ventilated very nicely and raked back slightly, so you've got a nice feel, so further lightening in the bolt. And then a cocking indicator here at the very back. So a great action to start off with from Weatherby to build a really good, solid but lightweight and dependable rifle for when you're out stalking. Okay, so barrel wise, as we said, it's in 280 Ackley, and as such Weatherby's gone for a 24-inch length to get the most ballistically efficient powder burn from that cartridge, and I don't blame them. It makes it a little bit long, and you also get an extra 2 inches, making it 26 inches with the Weatherby's AccuBrake. Although in the field, as you saw, we fitted Wildcat's Evolution sound moderator, which is an over the barrel job and which has worked really efficiently and quelled that noise fantastically. I mean, that doe hung around. She didn't know where the shot came from. It's a #1 contour, so it's very skinny. Again, contributing to its lightweight nature of this live wild model. You've got spiral fluting, which complements the bolt very nicely. And this barrel is finished in the carbon grey Cerakote, as opposed to the black Cerakote or the bolt. So a nice contrast there. It's also free floating, which again contributes to the great accuracy that we're going to see in a moment. So we're going to take it out, we're going to shoot some factory and a couple of reloads and see how it shot out at 100 yards now. Okay, so we're now down on the range and we're shooting the Weatherby with the 280 Ackley. We've got a couple of factory loads only to test, but it's more about how this rifle actually performs out in the field, which we'll see later on. And the first up is 139 grain Hammer Customs. It'll be really interesting to see how they shoot here at 100 yards. It's quite nice conditions, it's not too blowy, so. And we'll get the results on the FX chronograph. $3,045. It's going some, isn't it? High. Oh, 3017. I'll tell you what, that's really nice to shoot. I mean, great performance on that slim little 7mm round. 3033. Half-inch cluster, in fact, come grumble at that. Let's go on and test the heavyweight bullets. Okay, now we're going to step up the weight in the 7mm, and that's a 150 grain Swift Sirocco, fantastic performing game bullet this. And so we've got a Wildcat Evolution sound moderator up front, really quelling the noise on that 280 Ackley very, very efficiently. Let me just, same point of impact, same point of aim, apologies. .2919, that's not far from the same velocity, is it? Heavier bullet. 2919, cool, really consistent. Or a little bit higher, that's shame. 2910, very consistent, but didn't like the accuracy. That was 1.5 inches. Okay, so that was the factory. So I thought we'd do a couple of reloads as well. And I had a friend, Dave, and he had some 280 Ackley dies, so I thought we'd load up. So first up, I thought we'd go a little bit low on the bullet weight, and that's a 120 grain Barnes TTSX, and that was loaded with 58 grains of VIT N150 powder, and that gave a velocity of 3,188 feet per second for 2,709 foot-pound energy, and resulted in a half MOA group at 100 yards. Fantastic. Then, if you want to go a little bit heavier on the bullet weight, really good cartridge to have in 7mm is the Hornady ELD-X. High ballistic coefficient, expands very well, great on deer. And this time we used 60 grains of Reloader 19 powder, and we got 2,997 feet per second for 2,991 foot-pound energy, so almost equal there. So a great rifle. So that's the accuracy sorted. Let's go on and have a closer look at the stock. Well, one of the reasons why the live wire is so light is the polymer stock here. And it has a hand finish sponge paint sort of semi-camo effect on. You've got a grey background with light grey and black sponging. I think that's very effective, very nice. It makes the rifle very lightweight, say with free floated on the barrel end, and where the Mark V action sits, you have pillar bedding, which is contributes to that consistent accuracy out in the field in all weathers, which is very good. I say it's lightweight, length of pull is 14 inches, and you have a drop at the comb of 0.625 inch and a drop of 0.30 drop at the heel, with a very nice rake on here. And I say it's got a good recoil pad as well, although the recoil on a 280 Ackley, let's be honest with you, is not very much. Just a good solid, no nonsense polymer stock. If you want some extra grip, it's got double palm swells here, which is nice, and slightly raised stippled panels to the pistol grip and to the forend. And say, out in the field, it performed fantastically. It wasn't particularly wet, but you know, you can go out in a deluge, you can go out in muddy conditions and that, and it'll just wipe off very nice. So a good, solid, practical stock, and makes this live wire, you know, the price it is at, say, £1,700 here in Britain. If you had a carbon fibre stock, it'd be a lot more expensive. You know, do you really need it? Up to you. Okay, let's look at a few of the actual other features on the action and the trigger and the safety. Well, it should come as no surprise that Weatherby fitted a Trigger Tech trigger to this live wild. It's one of my favourite triggers. It's fantastic. This is the field model. It's adjustable from 2.5 to 5 pounds, and on test on the Lyman trigger gauge we had 3 pounds 1 ounce exactly, which is great. What I also like about it, I'd say it's a single stage, and it's just got such an incredibly good positive release. It's crisp, no nonsense, ideal for out in the field. Also, what I like as well about Weatherby, on the bolt shroud here, you just have a simple safety here, straight back, can't fire the weapon, and it locks the bolt, and you can push it forward again, and it's very, very quiet. So that is a great feature to have, and it works incredibly well, doesn't it, out in the field. Very, very nice indeed. The other thing to look at as well is, on this model, it has a hinged floor plate. The magazine holds 4 rounds and then 1 in the chamber. I like hinged floor plates, they're no nonsense. You can load from the top very easily, even with the Picatinny rail there. And just the great simple features to have on this live wire. Just it has, you know, what you want to use out in the field, and it doesn't need a detachable magazine, let's be honest with you. Well, there you go. I hope you like the review on these 2 items. I say, for me, that little guy, Monocular, that TE211M, for the price point, is absolutely fantastic value for money. So easy to use, good quality, fits in the pocket, and good resolution. No, really great, really good, useful stalking partner, that one, fantastic. Likewise, The Weatherby's Live Wild with its Mark V, impregnable action and lightweight stock in an interesting 280 caliber, although other calibers are available, just makes a really good, again, economical stalking rifle. Anyway, I hope you like those reviews, and if you do, please like and subscribe, and we shall bring you some more content in the future.